The extra man is Brian Laws. Impeded by King. Well, the Wednesday supporters ball disappointment to that decision, but it was a clear-cut one. Well, Pearce is the favourite here, although Nigel Clough might have a say. And Gary Parker is the third player around the ball for Forest. In fact, Clough's gone away now. And here goes Pearce. Through the wall, into the corner! And that is disastrous for Sheffield Wednesday. Chris Turner saw it late. And there's an interesting point here, because there was some thinking from Ron Atkinson about putting an extra player on the line to deal with Pearce, to help the goalkeeper out. Carlton Palmer had a look to see whether the job should be his, which he is designated for. He decided not to do it, but really he wouldn't have been able to stop that one. Well, there's been so much planning with Sheffield Wednesday this week, how to deal with the danger from Stuart Pearce free kicks. But the theory didn't come up to scratch when it was called upon. And Pearson got a foot in for Wednesday. Pearce held it up beautifully. And Sheridan. Atkinson trying to make a decoy move, perhaps so that Sheridan could shoot. Pearce does shoot! Oh, when you needed a stroke of luck, Sheffield Wednesday couldn't get it for Hurst. Oh, not the second time either. First the post, then the goalkeeper. And David Hurst, the frustrated forward. Well, Sheridan had made the initial surge. No way through for him, but Hurst was onto the loose ball in a flash. Beat Sutton out of the post, and then Forest got in a tangle here when they should have cleared it, really, to allow Hurst a second chance from much closer in. This time Sutton did his job. Well, there's nothing he can do about it until he talks to them at half-time, really, for all the shouting and cajoling and the urging. Francis looked up and saw Pearce, and then Gaynor. That's his forte, crossing on the run, and Worthington needed a better first touch than that. That was the old-style Trevor Francis in wide positions then. Hurst up! Well, the flurry around Sutton's goal continues, without bringing Sheffield Wednesday any reward as yet. Jemson and Clough going for the same ball, and in the end both pulled out because Pearson made sure it was his first time. He had to go again. Sheridan. Atkinson prepared to take on Pearce. Look at that for acceleration. Brilliant work from Atkinson. Francis coming in. Sheridan hits it. Well, when Francis moved to meet the cross, which was splendidly delivered on the run by Dalian Atkinson, you sensed that that might be it for Sheffield Wednesday. The equaliser was there. But Trevor Francis hasn't had too many opportunities since he linked up with Ron Atkinson. He did have more perhaps in the last game at Charlton than he'd had in his previous games put together in a blue and white striped shirt. But look at Atkinson go here. Dalian Atkinson, that is. And Francis, with that intuition in the centre, got into the right place, but the header was blocked. Well, the news they want comes from Derby County's baseball ground. They want to hear that Luton are losing. Well, Hodge did his part in the Stuart Pearce goal. Just darting away, having joined the line of Sheffield Wednesday defenders and creating a gap. Here's a gap for Sheffield Wednesday, Dalian Atkinson! Well, one or two Wednesday players were wondering whether Atkinson was actually fouled, but he was being pulled back initially outside the area. He would have wanted to go on, he could go on. But faced by Sutton, he rolled it wide. Crosby. Now Clough had a look to the left to see what was on before the ball arrived with him. Here comes Pearce. It'll come back for Pearce. He's got his second. And the player Sheffield Wednesday feared the most is making this a disastrous afternoon for Ron Atkinson. He's beaten Chris Turner twice. Once from a free kick, but this very much from free-flowing play. And he rammed it up into the top corner then. Sheridan, King to the left. Sheridan bends it! Very nearly beyond the reach of Sutton, but not quite. John Sheridan has always shown a great ability to shoot from the edge of the penalty area. This really one of his best. Little shimmy, and then with the outside of the foot, it was difficult to deal with. And Forrest really fancying it now, 2 up, and prepared to attack from all quarters. Will that leave some space for Sheffield Wednesday to exploit? It might. Atkinson, Pearce, Atkinson. There's a man spare here, it's Trevor Francis. In goes Atkinson. They just cannot believe it. Meanwhile, Nottingham Forest have brought on Franz Carr, who of course had 3 months here, December to March, in Sheffield Wednesday stripes, on loan from Forest. Wednesday wanted to sign him. Carr's keeping his options open. He becomes a free agent at the end of the season, and his contract with Forest is up. Well, whether the news has reached Ron Atkinson, I'm not sure, but Luton are leading at Derby. I think he's heard. There's almost silence here from the Sheffield Wednesday supporters, who are starting to comprehend the consequences of this afternoon's events at Hillsborough and at the baseball ground. Franz Carr, Hodge, Jemson, 3-0. Are Sheffield Wednesday surrendering now? Ron Atkinson has done everything to get the team right for this game, but the players have not been able to perform on the pitch to the manager's satisfaction. And Nottingham Forest, as they're quite capable of doing, switch the ball forward with chilling efficiency. And Jemson picks up the third. Hurst. Palmer away on the left. Sheridan. Hurst wanting a return pass, but Sheridan making sure the ball stayed with Sheffield Wednesday with Nielsen. Sheridan. And Sutton has gone full length. And now Sheffield Wednesday supporters are leaping in the air. Ron Atkinson is thrilled. Not with the save from Steve Sutton, but of course with news from the baseball ground where we must assume that Derby County have equalised against Luton. Oh, how the mood has changed here. And whatever Nottingham Forest do to Sheffield Wednesday might in the end be irrelevant. Carr. Oh, has he been metaphorically let out of jail? Well, the countdown is on at both grounds, and Brian Clough wants to know what's going on as well. Great camaraderie then on the bench. Sheffield Wednesday have not been able to secure First Division safety by their own efforts. They've been beaten by Nottingham Forest by 3-0. Now they must hope that there's good news from the baseball ground. Forest, with Stuart Pearce, outstanding, produced a thoroughly professional performance. Sheffield Wednesday certainly missed their chances. The story of their season. Ron Atkinson, who's made himself such a popular figure in South Yorkshire, sends his players to go to some long-suffering supporters. The players here are still unaware of the final score from the baseball ground. And they stand out in the pitch, some of them, to learn their fate. So often on the last days of seasons, misinformation arrives. The wrong story spreads like wildfire, and the gossip on the terraces. But my impression is that Trevor Francis and Nigel Worthington do not know. And we must wait while they wait.
The sad news is Luton have won at Derby. When the supporters are told, they're too shocked to leave the ground. For Ron Atkinson, it's his worst experience in a long and successful managerial career.
From a playing point of view, you know, yeah, I mean, obviously with certain things, other things off the field, tragedies off the field, things like that. But in actual fact, in terms of an experience, and it ain't really sunk in yet. That's the hard part. You know, sometimes when you lose a game, losing's horrible. But when you do lose a game, sometimes you think, right, next week you can get back into it. All I do know is, like the rest of the team, I started the morning off as a First Division manager. I'm now a Second Division manager.
Why do you think you've gone down? Was it totally down to what happened today, or have there been problems really that surfaced today that have afflicted you all season?
No, I think early on in the season we were a rubbish side. We were really poor. And then we got over that, and we started to look a very, very useful outfit. And as I say, we've taken 3 points from the last 6 games. I mean, that is incredible. You can pinpoint a number of reasons. Biggest single reason is we have not cashed in on anything like our percentage of chances.
The last time Sheffield Wednesday were relegated from the First Division, it took 14 years to get back. Have you sort of sensed that gloom because of that the Second Division now is very, very hard to get out of?
To be fair, I haven't even give that a...
Your fans are saying you get straight back.
Well, I mean, they're brilliant. They are brilliant.
Does it?
That's what makes it worse.
Does it really affect the equation that Sheffield United have come up and you've passed them on the way down?
Well, that doesn't make it any easier, of course. I mean, full marks to them. Congratulations. They've had a great season. And, you know, I was looking... I've got to be honest, I was looking forward to the First Division next season with more optimism than ever, you know, with the big clubs, 2 more big clubs back up and local rivalry, local derbies. We've got to try and redeem the situation as quickly as possible. I mean, the obvious thing is we'll bounce back in this business where they say, well, sometimes you have to go down to take stock. I don't ever believe in that. We were well good enough to stay up. Nobody to blame but ourselves, me included.